Verily at the first chaos came to be, but next wide-bosomed earth, the ever-sure foundations of all the deathless ones, who hold the peaks of snowy Olympus and dim Tartarus in the depth of wide-pathed earth, and Eros, fairest among the deathless gods, who unnerves the limbs and overcomes the mind, and wise counsels of all gods and all men within them. From the primordial deity Gaia came Uranus, god of the sky, Ori of the mountains, and Pontus of the sea. Uranus, born to serve as the covering dome for the earth and a home for the gods, fathered the first generation of Titans to precede the Olympians with Gaia. Among the 6 males and 6 females came the eldest son Oceanus, primordial Titan of the ocean, Tethys of the freshwater, and Iapetus, Titan of mortality. Oceanus and Tethys would go on to give birth to Clymene, one of the 3,000 Oceanid nymphs, and later the wife of Iapetus. Now Iapetus took to wife the neat-ankled mad Clymene, daughter of the ocean, and went up with her into one bed, and she bare him a stout-hearted son, Atlas. Also she bare very glorious Menodius, and clever Prometheus full of various wiles, and scattered-brained Epimetheus, who from the first was a mischief to men who eat bread, for it was he who took the first of Zeus the woman, the maiden whom he had formed. Before the iconic gods of Greek mythology, known as the Olympians, there were the 12 Titans who ruled over the universe. Zeus, son of Titan Cronus, sought to overthrow his father and battle the Titans for the universe. By banding together with the Olympians, the war was won and the Titans were banished to Tartarus. Unlike the other Titans, Atlas was to suffer a different fate. As punishment from Zeus, the supreme deity, Atlas was given the task of holding up the heavens for leading the Titans in their battle. To bear on his back forever the cruel strength of the crushing world and the vault of the sky, upon his shoulders the great pillar that holds apart the earth and the heaven, a load not easy to be borne. The oldest surviving sculptural representation of the mythological Titan is the Farnese Atlas from the 2nd century CE. It is believed to be a Roman copy of a lost Hellenistic original, later named after its collectors in 1562, the wealthy Italian Farnese family. Historians believe the statue was carved in the Hellenistic time period, which was an age characterized by a strong sense of history. For the first time, museums and libraries were built, and there was a new form of representations of the Greek gods. However, the most interest in Greek art and culture came from the Romans, who decorated their homes with sculptures according to their interests and tastes. Currently located in the Archaeological Museum of Naples, Italy, the statue of Atlas shows him with bent knees and back, straining to carry the weight of a celestial sphere on his shoulders. The celestial sphere represents a learned body of mathematics, physics, and astronomy, with its various depictions of constellations. It is thought that the work of the founder of modern astronomy, Hipparchus, served as the basis of the sphere's alignments for constellations. The artistic depiction of the statue features the Titan in a difficult position, struggling to hold the sphere, therefore demonstrating the intertwining of human and heaven and the importance of their dynamic relationship. The weight of the heavens portrayed through the celestial sphere demonstrates its influence over man, while they are also dependent upon Atlas to bear the responsibility of his position. As was the case with early mythology, stories were used as a way of making sense of the natural world. Similar to the art today, creations such as the Farnese Atlas also serve the value of invoking emotions and depicting events of great historical importance. This particular sculpture unites science and art through the use of storytelling to demonstrate advances in knowledge that shaped modern astronomy. In Greek civilizations, the process of creating a marble sculpture began with the marble selected from quarries based on the size of the finished product. The block would be transported to the workshop where a team of sculptors would work on the sculpture. In my case, I used an old piece of wood sourced from the leg of a broken air hockey table. Depending on the complexity and size of the piece, a sculpture could take several weeks up to a few months to complete. The process of polishing is thought to have been one of the most important jobs. In the workshops, there were specific roles assigned to polishing the sculptures, a job that could take longer than forming the shape. The sculptors who created these magnificent works of art dedicated their whole lives to the craft, perfecting techniques and honing their skills. While I have a decent history of woodworking, this is only my second wood sculpture of a human figure, the first of which I made for a friend as a gift. The importance of studying art reveals the history of a story told over the course of several centuries. The sharing of art across cultures leads to changes or shifts in design, stripping away the original meaning and value while also bringing new symbolism to a core idea. This can be seen during the Renaissance, when people began to misinterpret the story of Atlas, believing that the globe he held up in classical sculptures was in fact that of the Earth. Despite the redirection to newer depictions of Atlas, the original symbolism remains relevant. Through the heavy burden of responsibility in both cases of what he is destined to carry, this Titan portrays great strength and endurance. While an artistic shift may be controversial for historical purists, the beauty of allowing art to transcend across cultures allows for new meanings to blossom from old interpretations. Another aspect of art that makes it transcend time is the ability to view a piece and create significance out of your own emotion and lived experiences. I wanted to use this project as an opportunity to insert myself into this narrative and create a new chronicle behind this iconic sculpture. A large part of my inspiration to take on this assignment was due to the picture that I had in my mind for the final results several months before starting. Beyond my interest in woodworking, I'm also very fond of terrariums, and I've always been intrigued by the ability to support life in a closed system. The fusion of the Atlas sculpture with the symbolism of life and growth drives me, as not only the creator, but also the interpreter, to produce a unique meaning. I hope that others can appreciate their own interpretations, as well as the work that has gone into this sculpture.